Welcome back, everyone. Looking to master the perfection of flavorful fried chicken?
Look no further than Pretty Bird, who does it best. Viet Pham is here to share his expertise. And just in case you're not aware, this is a real superstar that we have in the kitchen. Okay, you are the only chef to beat Bobby Flay twice.
I am.
What a title!
And it's on fried chicken.
It's on
right?
fried chicken, exactly.
There is some secret because no one can top him. You're on Food Network. You have these shows on National Geographic, right?
Yeah.
You just did one recently, though. I saw it all over your social media. What was the name of that show?
So it's called Super Chef Grudge Match, where I go against another chef and we battle out fried chicken.
And how'd you do?
I beat him.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here, right? Yeah.
It was funny because that little tease in the break said, "What's the secret to the Pretty Bird fried chicken?" And he said, "I'm right here." It's him.
That's right. Move over, the Colonel's in town here.
Okay, so let's get to what makes fried chicken so good, because I know people struggle with this. To keep that crunch, to keep it all together.
Yeah, so now that we're approaching the warmer months, a lot of people are going on picnics. They like the fried chicken. So the first tip that I'm going to give you that's really easy and it's accessible to everybody, believe it or not, it is Benefiber.
Okay.
So what this is, this is wheat dextrose. And if you add this to your flour before dredging your chicken, it extends the crispy crunchiness of your chicken for like hours. That's the secret.
Okay, so you get this at Costco.
You get it at Costco. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then how much are you putting with the flour?
So you're substituting about 10% of your flour mix. So it's not much.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Would you have ever thought?
No, it's a prebiotic, it's fiber, I mean, it's all good things.
Fried chicken is good for you, right?
Yeah.
We're making it good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so it's already in here?
It's already in there.
Okay.
So the second thing is that you want to add flour. So at Pretty Bird, we like to do a 1-to-1 mixture. So we add flour, and then we also add cornstarch. Why cornstarch? Why flour? Well, cornstarch adds like a nice crispiness, whereas the flour adds that crunch. So the combination of both of them, along with the Benefiber, it makes the chicken extra crispy, light, and crunchy.
How in the world did you figure that out?
A lot of trial and error. I've fried a lot of chicken.
I mean, but this, how did you know to put fiber in?
There's actually a commercial product that's very, very expensive for restaurants to use to extend the life of their chicken. And it just happens to be the same thing that we drink to make our guts healthier.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The way you describe that chicken, too. If you've not tried Pretty Bird, this is the time when you need to go. It's just so delicious. My mouth is watering.
Yes.
Okay, what else is going on over here?
So really quick, the last thing with the chicken, you want to make sure you brine your chicken, and you want to add a little bit of buttermilk into your flour before you add the chicken to it. And what you want to do is basically create a crumb. If you were to just dredge the chicken directly into the flour, you end up with just a shell. So you want all of those crispy cragglies. By adding some buttermilk and working it in there, you get that nice crumb.
The cragglies. I love how you describe it.
Yeah.
Okay, you said brining. How long are we brining?
So I like to brine the chicken for about 12 to 18 hours. No longer than that. Otherwise, you're gonna have a really soft piece of meat that's like, it's not very appetizing. You still want that texture.
Did you know that Pretty Bird would take off as much as it did? I mean, you had to. With your accolades, knowing how delicious it is, having like the little tricks and tips up your sleeve.
You know, I hope that it did. And the last time I saw you was when we only had one location downtown. It was a little 500 square foot location, and we were serving up to 800 people a day out of that little space.
I remember lines out the door all the time. You needed to expand.
It's been an incredible ride, so.
And now 4.
Yep,
Yeah.
4 and growing.
Okay, Viet, what's next? Because I don't see an egg in here.
Okay,
like,
no
eggs.
eggs.
Egg.
So basically, you just dredge your chicken in that and then drop it into oil about 350 degrees. You don't want to cook your chicken. Here's a pro tip. You do not want to cook your chicken to 165. You want to take it out about 5 to 8 degrees below 165, and then just like a roast, you let it rest, and then it'll hit 165. That way, your chicken stays moist and it's not dried out.
So 160, 158 is where
so you want to take it about 158, let it rest for about 5 minutes, and then I guarantee you it'll hit 165, and then it'll be perfect and juicy.
All you need. Okay, then what are we making here?
So this is a little fancy sauce that I decided to put together for you guys. So this is just basically a combination of buttermilk and creme fraiche. It makes a really rich, luxurious sauce. And then I like to add a little bit of chopped herbs. There's some chives, some dill, some parsley, and I just add in some warm buttermilk and the creme fraiche, a little bit of lemon zest, and then a little bit of our secret spice from Pretty Bird. You could add cayenne or whatever spices that you like to it. And then we just squeeze a little bit of lemon juice to give it some acidity.
Yum. And is this what goes on top of the sandwich?
This goes on top of our chicken tender right there.
We can dip
so this could be like a Sunday brunch. This would be kind of a riff off of your traditional sausage gravy. And then you just keep it warm. And then after about 5 minutes, you just spoon it over the chicken and some biscuits, and then there you have it.
Yum. Okay, you can find Pretty Bird right there with TikTok and Instagram. And when's your next show? When are you filming again?
You know, probably in May, but you know, it's still top secret. So stay tuned.
Okay, come back after
we will.
You've done that and crushed the competition.
And I'll bring Pretty Bird for all of you.